The votes are being counted. The polls in Florida just started closing moments ago at 7 o'clock, and now we are eagerly awaiting the very first results to start rolling in.
It won't be long now. 8 on Your Side is committed to being with you every step of the way on this election night, both on air and online. So let's get started.
Live from your local election headquarters, this is Election Night, Battleground, Florida. Across the state, voters delivered their verdict on Florida's future.
Florida is the place where woke goes to die.
Governor DeSantis has taken his eye off the ball. He's focused on running for president in 2024.
A choice between two starkly different visions. Governor DeSantis hoping to secure a second term, and former Governor and Congressman Charlie Crist in a battle with nothing to lose. In the fight for Florida's critical Senate seat, Congresswoman Val Demings.
You elected us to do it all. I think we can do it all.
And Senator Marco Rubio.
We're never going to allow anyone to destroy the greatest country in the history of the world. And that's what these elections are about.
Will Florida move farther to the right, or will Democrats pull off an upset in our two biggest races? News Channel 8's Election Night coverage starts right now with Jennifer Lee and Keith Kate.
And we expect to see those numbers come in any moment. Let's get right to the two biggest races we're watching tonight. For governor, Republican Ron DeSantis versus Democrat Charlie Crist. None of the precincts reporting yet, but we will monitor these numbers.
Should be momentarily, though. In the race for the Senate, we're going to watch Republican Marco Rubio against Democrat Val Demings, a race that has been interesting since the word go. Good evening and welcome to your local election headquarters.
The decisions tonight determine how Florida moves forward on the issues that defined this campaign season.
Economic pain from inflation, the battle over abortion, immigration, education, and parental rights. And most recently, Hurricane Ian, which is set to become Florida's costliest storm ever. And as we are still cleaning up from Ian, we cannot ignore another storm looming over this entire election night. Tropical Storm Nicole is on track to arrive in Florida late tomorrow. We're going to get an update from our chief meteorologist, Jeff Baradelli, in just a few minutes.
But first, we want to take a live look at the Hillsborough County Supervisor of Elections office, where they just started counting the votes. We know transparency in this process is critical. 8 on Your Side investigative reporter Masa Saidi will be on site throughout the night to give us updates on how things are running there.
And as the election results come in, we are providing county-by-county updates. Josh Benson, our point man on all of that, he is standing by with what we're calling the Benson Board. This will be his home for the next several hours. Again, he's going to break down everything in real time for you.
Plus, we have a team of anchors and reporters here at our News Channel 8 studios and spread out across the state.
From both governor candidates here in the Tampa Bay area to Senator Marco Rubio, who's down in Miami, and Congresswoman Val Demings over in Central Florida. Allison Henning, our reporter, is going through security at Governor DeSantis' camp right now. We're going to be getting reports from her throughout the evening. But first, Melissa Marino is with the Crist team. She is at the Hilton. That's just over the Howard Franklin Bridge in St. Petersburg.
Melissa, I imagine folks are starting to stream into that venue now. What's the mood where you're at?
Well, good evening. I would say optimistic. That's the mood here right now. And as you mentioned, folks are starting to come in here now, supporters of Charlie Crist. We're expecting him in just a bit as well as they arrive here to watch the results roll in. And Crist obviously hoping for a victory to become governor of Florida for a second time and to unseat Governor Ron DeSantis. And I want to show you some video from today. We caught up with Charlie Crist. He spent his day in St. Petersburg here in the Bay Area, first holding a rally to kick off Election Day, and he also stopped by various polling locations to energize voters. The former Republican governor turned Democratic congressman hoping to unseat Governor Ron DeSantis. His campaign has largely focused on abortion rights, the cost of living and inflation, and focusing on Floridians.
You know what's on the line, what's on the ballot today. A woman's right to choose is on the ballot today. Charlie Crist is a champion of women's rights. Ron DeSantis has already signed legislation to ban it.
And we know Crist has been down in the polls, but speaking with him earlier this morning, he said he was optimistic. He is feeling a victory. So we're going to be out here at this watch party waiting for these results to roll in and, of course, bring you updates on air and online. Back to you guys.
Right, Melissa Marino reporting for us tonight. Thank you.
All right, even though we are highly focused on election results, obviously, tonight, we can't forget that tomorrow, Tropical Storm Nicole will crash into Florida's east coast.
Yeah, parts of the Bay Area are right now under a tropical storm warning. 2 counties have canceled school for both tomorrow and Thursday. That's Hardee and Highlands counties. Polk and Pasco counties have canceled class for Thursday as well. Chief Meteorologist Jeff Baradelli joins us now. Jeff, tell us what the latest is here.
Well, we just got the latest advisory from the National Hurricane Center, and the storm is beginning to strengthen. I say that because the pressure has dropped from 990 to 984 millibars. Typically after that, several hours after, the winds begin to catch up. Right now, the winds are 65 miles an hour, so it wouldn't be out of the question for this to become a hurricane by early tomorrow morning as it moves across very warm water. Temperatures around 86 degrees near the Bahamas. Now, landfall is projected to be very early Thursday morning. Winds 75 miles an hour. Could be slightly stronger here around the Fort Pierce Vero Beach area and then cutting across the state. And it's going to be located somewhere near the Nature Coast on Thursday afternoon. And look, winds are still near 65 miles an hour. So this is now projected to be a slightly stronger storm when it reaches the Tampa Bay area. You can see that the clouds are kind of starting to circle around the center right here as it moves towards the west. Tropical storm watches in effect for the coast. Tropical storm warnings in effect further east than that, and then hurricane warnings in effect for the East Coast. The worst of our weather is going to be on Thursday. I'll have all the specifics coming your way in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you.
Right now, Josh Benson is standing by. We kind of teased it at the top of the show. You have the Benson board, some cool tech that allows us to sort of track what's happening in real time.
Yeah, I think people like to know what's happening minute to minute, county by county, see how their county's voting. So let's take a look at this Benson board that we've put together for you. And actually, look at, we have some results coming in all the way down south in Broward County. Look at that, the first results of the evening. And the county is blue so far. That actually gives Charlie Crist a 62% lead. But again, this is just starting. And this is the power of the Benson board, so to speak, is to give you county by county how it's going to shape up tonight. So let's zoom in a little bit in the Bay Area. You'll be able to see how he does in Pinellas County, Charlie Crist. Will all the other counties turn red? Will Hillsborough stay blue? We're going to look at those specifically tonight. Now, this isn't the only race we're going to focus on. Obviously, it's the big one nationwide people are talking about. We also want to look at the Senate race happening between Val Demings and Marco Rubio. All right, we're starting to see some counties pop in here. Let's take Leon County here. We have some Alachua County results here for Val Demings. Let's pop over here to this county, if I can pop it off. There it is. Flagler results are coming in. Of course, Broward County as well. Now, I want to talk a little bit about voter turnout. You may be interested to see how the state looks. This is going to be a big red state. If you look back 4 years ago, Andrew Gillum and Ron DeSantis squared off for the governor's race. Now, that was only a margin of 32,000 votes that DeSantis won. Back then, though, the Democrats enjoyed a very big margin of registered voters, 263,000. Fast forward 4 years. Republicans picked that up 292,000, a whopping 556,000 registered voters advantage. So the Republicans are going to come out strong tonight. That's what we're going to watch. The Democrats have to hang on to the big populous counties like down south. And if they can do, this could be a tighter race. So that is the latest from the Benson board, guys. We will send it right back to you.
Point, Josh. They need the Democratic strongholds. Democrats do to win. Much more to come on this election night. Here's a look at a few more big races we're watching.